I have a message for you. If you've been feeling like you want to give up, deflated, had a hard time lately, had a rough time lately, you need a pick me up, this message is for you, because Spirit is screaming at you. Spirit is showing you signs. I received a download in the shower and I had to dry my hands and get and voice note myself so I didn't forget it, because I always receive downloads at the most inconvenient times. But this is what the inspiration of the reading is today. So welcome to Claire's Sentient Mind. I'm Claire. Let's crack on with your reading. Right. So we're going to do a Celtic crossbreed. See what comes up. See what comes up. But I feel like you're asking yourself, what's the bigger picture? What is it? What is the bigger picture? And Spirit says there's signs everywhere. Everywhere. 0101, as I said that. Okay. We're ready. The center of your reading, you've got the King of Cups. So this tells me you're right in your emotions at the moment. Because the King of Cups is all about emotions. And you are looking and thinking about life and thinking, what is the bigger picture? What is the bigger plan here? But you're right up in your emotions at the moment. Have you stopped believing in miracles? Have you stopped fantasizing about things because you're being deflated every time? What's crossing that? The devil. That's why 0202, as I said that. I feel like you're being coaxed down this avenue. Come here, come and learn this new skill. And then you're being coaxed down this avenue. Come here, come and learn this new skill. And really, this is all stuff that you know already. You're not learning anything from these people. All you're learning is that you're parting with your hard-earned money to these people that aren't actually there to help you, but they entice you in. You might be in the spiritual game. You might have had your fingers burnt in the spiritual game. Spiritualism is very personal to you. I teach Reiki, I teach crystals, I teach energy healing, I teach sound. I don't advertise. It's on my website if people want it, and they can approach me for it. I used to advertise on different social media platforms, but there's a lot of people doing the same thing, and then becomes competition when it shouldn't be. And I wasn't aware that the spiritual community was so competitive. So yeah, what's got you up in your emotions at the moment is the devil energy, the devil on your shoulder, which is really your inner critic. It is, you know, it is about the type of surroundings that you're in, but it's really your inner critic as well. It's really your shadow self as well, because these other people in your life, they don't actually matter. They don't matter. And your path is your path. As I don't want that to sound cheesy, but it is. Let's see what your other cards are before we can really get a full reading. The energy laying just below you, just bubbling beneath the surface here, is the pick-me-up that you need right now. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is about you going for it yourself. You don't need to pay money to me, to anyone, to teach you about spiritualism, which is why I started my YouTube channel as well. I do tarot readings, but there's going to be so much more coming to the channel. So you can get, if you want to learn more about spiritualism, want to learn more about a different way of life, or what your life path is, what your future is, then stick around on this channel. There'll be so much more. I've got meditations coming out, spiritual chit chat coming out, all sorts of things coming out, and it's free. It just costs you your time. But just bubbling beneath the surface here is a brand new idea. A brand new idea. A brand new, not a new path for you, because your path is your path, but I feel like it will be illuminated in a way that you understand it. And that's the issue here, is understanding your path. What is your bigger picture? And you are the type of person that can go deep within to find out what your bigger picture is. But crossing this energy here, this really insightful, going deep down into your emotions energy, is the devil on your shoulder. So that makes it like an uphill journey for you all the time. I feel like it's just an uphill journey for you all the time. You're like, when am I going to get a break? And this is why you're feeling really deflated, because you're putting the work in. You're putting the work in, but you're feeling so deflated because you've got this. There are darker forces working against you here. There are negativity, negative energies working against you here. Now this is not to freak you out, but this is about mindset as well. You can bat these energies away with your mindset too. I will be doing a video on energy to kind of explain to you what it is. And the weirdest thing happened with this deck, and you know, I wish I could have shown you, and there would have been so many skeptics or whatever, but it was like a magnet. I couldn't close them. There's some sort of magnetic pull in the deck. I was so drawn to using this deck today, and I've not used it on the channel before. It's the Everyday Witch, but it had like this magnetic pull, and it's not completely closed, and it keeps opening. I can guarantee you that this opening here is either the King of Pentacles or the Fool card. The Fool card. And then this opening here has to be the King of Pentacles. Don't even need to look at it. Oh, I do. It's not. It must be the one behind it. Oh no, it's the Knight of Pentacles though. King of Pentacles was the one behind it. So that's why the Knight of Pentacles was, because it's the King of Pentacles and the Fool card are magnetic in this deck. I don't know. Or there's some energy connected to this reading, because you can see that the deck is not closing. You can see the gap. Or maybe you can't. I think you can. You can see the gap. And it's like these two cards are magnetic. I can't explain it any other way. They've got like some magnetic feel on them. It's just weird. But that for me, I was speaking to a friend of mine, and we're discussing sort of business ideas and things. And that for me was like, wow, this is like a brand new venture, brand new beginnings, being the Fool, which is going to bring a lot of stability financially, which is the King of Pentacles. Anyway, just digress there, haven't I? Waffled on for ages. Energy just above you. You've got the Moon energy just above you. Interesting. Again, this is giving me shadow vibes. This is giving me shadow self vibes. And at the moment, I feel like you're letting your shadow control you rather than you controlling your shadow, or more harmonious. For me, I would like to not control my shadow. I think that's probably quite a strong word for it. But at the moment, your shadow is more dominant, whereas we want you to be more dominant than your shadow. But maybe you're doing a lot of shadow work at the moment with the King of Cups and the Devil in the middle. You could be doing an awful lot of shadow work. But the energy just above is, I feel like you're giving your shadow too much power, actually. Or maybe your shadow needs that power, because my shadow and me, we work in unison. Don't get me wrong, my shadow overcomes me sometimes, but we work in unison. And I use my shadow for fight or flight situations, or my shadow is my protector, and I'm guessing that the shadow is your protector as well, but my shadow self is my protector, and it's there to protect me at all costs. But I can kind of ask it to come out, really. Don't awake the beast in me. Don't awake it. We work as one. And maybe with the Moon, you're feeling that same thing in some way, or trying to feel that the same thing. I feel like there is a danger of you being consumed by giving these negative energies power. Yeah, don't let them have power over you. Energy just behind you. Page of Wands. People took you as naive. People looked at you as coming into the spiritual world as a newbie. They don't know nothing. We know this. We know that. They don't know nothing. And I feel like that was a grave misjudgment. Yeah? Because everybody brings something valuable to the table, no matter who they are. Whether it be in the spiritual world, in the corporate world, you know, in the big hotels where you have the valet people out the front, and then you've got the CEO of the hotel. Both are just as important. And if you think that someone that works in the valet doesn't have the right to have an opinion or the same respect that the CEO has, then maybe you need to give your head a wobble, because that's not very humanistic. What's the word? Oh, that was a bit deep, wasn't it? Come on, let's get out of this one, eh? Right, coming towards you, the future energy, the energy just ahead of you. You've got the Eight of Wands here. So right now you're feeling deflated, you're feeling like nothing's going right, you're feeling like there's these negative energies against you. And I've said to you that I feel like you're letting your shadow have too much power, and it's beating you down. Like, okay, it's there for my protection, but it's stopping me from doing so much, just in case this might happen, just in case that might happen. So you're not actually living life. Yeah? You're not actually living life, but just under the surface here, you will be. 1221. There was a palindrome then. Just under the surface here is your new life coming. So the energy just ahead of you is this cyclone. So this energy that's quite chaotic force that is pretty uncontrollable, some would say. You can see she's actually controlling it. She's got her wand. She don't look too happy about it, not going to lie. But she's got her wand and she's able to start controlling it and forming that rhythmic cycle. And very soon, all of these wands are going to come into alignment. They're going to be coming into unison, ready for her to fling them in the direction she is going. Yeah? So even out of something uncontrollable and chaotic, you can alchemize that into something amazing and use the force from this. Is it a cyclone or a tornado? I don't understand the two. Someone did explain it. In fact, it was Katniss Foreverdeen that explained it to me. I'm sure she did. And I remember the name because I love Hunger Games. In fact, I might go and watch it before my night shift tonight. Or on my night shift, actually. Might watch it on my night shift because I'm a nurse. But yeah, very soon, even if it's something seemingly uncontrollable, chaotic, like where am I going to start with that? You're able to methodically get all the plates spinning in a row. That's how I'm feeling. That's the type of energy I'm feeling. That this energy just ahead of you is you getting everything in line, ready to fire it, ready to use its own force against it. That thing that came in to destroy your path, you are alchemizing and making it work in your favor. Like that. And that's bubbling under the surface right now, coming into your near future. Yeah, people underestimated you in the past. People took you as naive in the past. Big mistake. Big mistake. Do you know what? It's actually given me Pretty Woman vibes. Everybody knows Pretty Woman, and everybody's watched Pretty Woman. You either like Julia Roberts or you like, what's his name? Richard Gere. Well, actually, not either. but it would have been Richard Gere for me. But it's giving them vibes, you know, when she goes into Rodeo Drive, baby, and she goes into a shop and she's dressed in that really short dress and whatever, and she's got money, and they won't serve her because of who she is, because of what she does for a living. She's an escort, and they're like, "No, not serving you." And she's like, "But I've got money. I've got all this money." And then she goes back in later on in the film and looks all smartly dressed, and they're like they're all rallying around to like, "What can I do for you? What can I do for you?" I can see this happening. These people, these negative energies, these energy vampires, these suckers, they're gonna be coming at you like, "Oh, do you remember I taught you first? I done this for you. I done that." Nah, because you're something then. Because then you're something. You don't want to know me at my worst. You don't deserve to know me at my best. Yeah? Value yourself. Value yourself. And remember, when you're big and you've made it and you're doing what you want, remember how they made you feel when you were at your lowest. Because this king goes to the depths of the oceans to search his emotions. Sometimes it's not through choice. Sometimes they're put down there because they're battered. Their ego, their self-esteem has taken a battering from this energy. Yeah. Let's get your next card. You got the Two of Cups energy coming up, and this is in the you section. Now this I like. This is you'll find your people, either your person, if you haven't got your person, or your people, your tribe. There's going to be someone that's going to be really on your wavelength. I do feel like this is more business related, to be honest with you, with this Two of Cups. Two of Cups is the perfect partnership. It doesn't have to be love. It could be the perfect partnership in business. It could also be about you having that perfect partnership with yourself. It could also be the twist on this reading about you having your perfect partnership with your shadow self as well. Not allowing your shadow self to consume you, which could have been happening. But I feel like that consumption of you has happened because there's these negative energies, negative people, energy vampires around you that see your potential, and they've just battered you down to stop you progressing in some way. So yeah, it could be any of those. But Two of Cups, perfect partnership vibes, good energy vibes, like that. And in the you section, like that a lot. Now I feel like Spirit's been screaming at you. Spirit's been screaming signs, synchronicities, showing you things, and you're either picking them up or you're missing them, or you need a confirmation that these signs are actually it. So this next card is that confirmation, hopefully. So what's Spirit's message to you? Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. They're going to point you in the direction you're going. You're not going to be looking around thinking, what direction am I going in now? They're going to point you in it. You're going to know exactly where you're going. Pages are about movement. Page of Wands started on the journey. Page of Pentacles is carrying on. The Page of Wands didn't have a map, look. No map with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands kind of follows their nose. Well, it kind of follows people, but they I feel like they didn't manipulate you, but 1919, as I said that. They didn't manipulate you, but they weren't as genuine as you thought they were. They weren't as genuine as that you thought they were. And when they started teaching you some of the things they knew, I feel like they saw the potential in you. They saw that you were naturally gifted. And I feel like some of the questions you would have asked in the courses would have scared them, because maybe it's not something that they've ever thought of because their greed took over. But Spirit's saying, you know the way, you have your own map. You don't need their guidance. You just need to embrace the journey. What was that noise? What was that noise? I've had such weird things happening, but this last few days it's been crazy, but comforting at the same time. I'm not even going to bore you with that explanation. 222, as I said that, that's just an acknowledgement for me that was spirit giving me a message, but I mean, I will sound crazy. But spirit's pointing you in the direction that you're going, but you have a map. You have a map there. And I feel like there's actually a certain element of you letting the universe point you in the direction now. It's like, I'm not going to plan too much. I'm not going to be so structured with things. I want to be authentic. I want to be organic. Because on the Page of Pentacles here, they're actually flipping a coin. So there's also like, Spirit is just saying, just trust us. Trust us. Because this is your path. And whatever you face on this path is for your best good, your highest good, and for your growth. All right, what's your advice? I've got the Seven of Wands. Stand on your moral high ground. Don't let anybody try to bring you down, ever. Ever. All of these people are coming from the hill up towards you. You're standing up on the moral high ground. You know your worth. You are not the naive person that they perceived you to be in the past. I don't even think you were that person, but I just don't feel like you felt you had the right to have a voice, because maybe at that time you didn't realize that everything in spirituality comes from you. It just comes from you. I mean, I do Reiki healing treatments, but I'm not a healer. I facilitate you to heal yourself. You know, and I do feel like some people let their ego take over. But the Seven of Wands is, you are a warrior. This is the warrior of the deck. You are a warrior. Oh my God. I saw someone walking down my garden. My husband's just come home. Whew. You are a warrior. And the Seven of Wands comes after the Six, comes after the victory. They were right to be afraid of you. They were right because they saw your potential. And when you're at the top of your game, on the top of this hill, they're going to come back into your life. And I'd like you to tell them to go away, actually. And I'd like you to remember how they made you feel. Yeah? That's what I'd like. What's your final card? Four of Pentacles. Lock them out. Block them out of your life. Protect your energy. Four's about stability. Sitting on your golden chest of what you've earned, of what you've achieved. Keep your energy close to your chest, I want to say. Keep your energy protected. Cover your solar plexus when you're around them. Don't let them take your energy and stop their energy coming within you. This is your energy center, your solar plexus here. I do feel like you could be of an age between 42 and above, 42 and 49 in that crown chakra, but I do feel like this could go older back into your base. So I'm looking at an age group here for this reading, I think, between 42 and I'm going to say 63, around that sort of age. That's the age I'm thinking of here. In that wanting to know more about what your life plan is. I'm in that age. I'm in that stage. That's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stuck around. Go and check out my other playlist. There's some star sign readings. There's some timeless star sign readings. There's some quick readings. There's some pick your own readings. Do like, subscribe, comment. Everything helps the channel get seen. And I hope you enjoyed your message. And stop disturbing my showers. Let's see if my clicker works. No. I'll just move forward and turn you off. Thanks for watching.